Morning, folks, and welcome to the briefing on Saturday the 15th. Well, we've had a really lovely run of weather over the last 3 days, but unfortunately, I'm just on a turn here. So this is sort of what I was actually expecting yesterday. Come in where you've got cloud trapped under inversion, and just it'll take some warming to slowly clear it. But what you've had now is that high pressure just drifting off, and the pressure's gone down from 1,033 yesterday down to probably 1,025. So slowly dropping and starting to sort of become a little bit more unstable. I haven't seen any evidence of rain on this one yet, going across here. And I think there's little chance of rain in the next few days by the looks of it, because all the sort of frontal systems appear to be fairly weak. But you've got a southwesterly flow now, just light, but it's drawing in a little bit more moisture, and that's trapped under quite a strong inversion, hence what we've got now. The TAFs and other forecasts are suggesting the same sort of thing, really, apart from the wind direction. This is a bit bizarre there. Farnborough's forecast is 090 at 5 knots. Everything else suggests a westerly, southwesterly flow today. So I think my bet is on operating on 27 with a light westerly wind. So what have they got? 300 meters at fog, broken at 100 feet. I drove through Basingstoke, and that's probably what they had there. It looks a little bit higher than that here now, but becoming sometime this morning, 10 kVs, no significant weather, scattered at 1500. Yeah, I think it'll slowly rise up, and at some time, hopefully in the morning, we'll be able to go flying. And then tempo between 11 and 13, it breaking up, but still not being very high, 1400 feet. And top meteo is suggesting the same sort of picture. The 214 wind direction, yeah, that says westerly or southwesterly anyway, 10 knots down through the channel, 230, 240 at flying heights, 15 knots in the centre of the country. They are forecasting a lot more fog in the centre of the country, and that lingering for a lot of the day. But I think we'll see a clearance. If anything, we'll see it coming from the south towards us. I've certainly seen that before. Sat pick. Just wind back one. There we go. You can see the forecast on the coast, certainly the METAR's a little bit clearer on the coast, and I think that'll burn back towards us, but quite a lot of cloud trapped under strong inversion here. So probably in the Midlands, it will stay there most of the day. And temperature-wise, it's not as if it's the time of year where it's warm enough to burn it off quickly. I think best you're going to see 6-7 degrees today. It got to 8s and 9s yesterday, quite pleasant midday-ish, but it's going to feel a little bit cooler today, certainly with less sun. And top meteo, first of all, the winds, yeah, they're showing 30-foot winds. Start off with light southwesterly, and then as the day goes on, 5 to 7 knots from southwesterly direction. So I think all the other forecasts I've seen suggest a westerly wind rather than Farnborough's 0.9. And cloud amounts. Top meteo is suggesting by 10 o'clock it breaking up into sort of scattered cloud, really. So fingers crossed it'll start to improve fairly quickly. It depends on how the temperatures and dew points play out on the timing, but I'll go with this. That works for me. So yeah, hopefully we get some flying today, folks. It might take a little while to clear in the morning. We'll get out there at some point, and it looks like a reasonable afternoon. I suspect with the sort of air mass itself, once we start to sort of get into mid-afternoon, when the sun starts to go down again, we're going to suffer from the misting canopy issues, because it will be quite a moist air mass. So something to watch out for. Airspace-wise, nothing going on here that you need to know about. seen these briefings before. This is the same old stuff from Southampton and Salisbury. Not relevant to us. Booker are operating out of Abingdon today, but in our area, no airspace issues to worry about, and no jet movements today. That EasyJet A319 parked on the runway was just doing an engine run. I think it's clearing off fairly shortly. That'll be gone, so no issues from that. And hopefully the grass is drying out quite nicely. We'll operate on runway 27, looking at the wind direction, and we'll set up a reasonably normal runway operation at the approach markers with the cables on the south side and the winch gliders south of the launch point big. So folks, I think you can have another cup of coffee just to bide your time for a little bit, and then a little bit later we'll start getting the gliders out and get prepared to go flying. I'll see you out there.